Imagine this. It's 2 a.m., the house is dead silent, and you're sneaking downstairs for a glass of water. Your heart's pounding because you've got this secret crush on your stepsister, the one who's off limits in every twisted family rulebook. But as you push open her door, there she is, not alone, writhing under the sheets with him, your best friend. Betrayal hits like a freight train. What if I told you that's just the spark that ignites a wildfire of lies, lust, and revenge that could tear your whole world apart? Buckle up, because this isn't your average family drama. This is the story that kept me up for nights, questioning everything I thought I knew about trust. Hello, dear listeners. Before I dive into this heart-pounding tale that's going to have you glued to your seats, hit that comment section below and drop the city or country you're tuning in from. Are you chilling in New York, sipping coffee in Seattle, or maybe halfway across the globe in Mumbai? Let's see how far this story travels and connect with you all. If you're loving these edge-of-your-seat narrations, smash that subscribe button for more twisted tales. Like this video to fuel the fire, and turn on notifications so you never miss a drop. Your support means the world. Now let's get into it. Lights low, volume up, here we go. What if the sister you never asked for became the one you couldn't live without? One stolen glance, one forbidden touch, and the facade starts cracking. My name's Alex Harper, and if you'd told me a year ago that my life would unravel because of a girl with hazel eyes and a laugh that could light up a blackout, I'd have laughed in your face. I was 22, fresh out of community college in suburban Ohio, crashing at my dad's place while I figured out my next move. Dad, good old Mike, had remarried 2 years back to Alina, a fiery real estate agent from Chicago with curves that turned heads, and a daughter who, well, let's just say she was the plot twist no one saw coming. Her name was Riley, 19, wild as a summer storm, with that effortless beauty that makes you forget your own name. Long auburn hair that she'd toss over her shoulder like she owned the room, freckles dusting her nose from too many days at the lake, and a body honed from yoga classes she dragged Elena to every Saturday. She wasn't my blood, thank God, but the lines blurred fast. At first, it was innocent. Movie nights where she'd hog the popcorn and steal my spot on the couch, her thigh brushing mine by accident. I'd catch her staring during family dinners, those eyes locking on like lasers, and I'd look away, heat rising in my chest. Stepsister, I'd remind myself, off limits. But Riley? She thrived on the edge. She'd blast indie rock from her room late at night, the bass thumping through the walls like a heartbeat. I'd knock once, twice, just to shut it off, and she'd open the door in tiny shorts and a tank top that clung like a second skin, smirking. "What, Alex, can't handle a little noise?" Her voice was velvet wrapped around a challenge. I'd mutter something lame about sleep and retreat, but damn if my dreams didn't star her that night. Tangled sheets, whispered secrets, her nails digging into my back. We built this rhythm, you know? Trust, easy as breathing. She'd vent about her deadbeat exes over late-night ice cream raids in the kitchen, her bare feet kicking mine under the table. "Guys are idiots," she'd say, licking a spoon slow, eyes on me. "Except maybe you." I'd play it cool, heart hammering, and tell her she deserved better. She trusted me with her fears, the pressure from Elena to make something of herself, the loneliness of being the new kid in a blended mess. And me, I trusted her with mine. The job hunts bombing, the gnawing doubt that I'd never escape this cookie-cutter suburb. She listened, really listened, her hand on my arm lingering just a second too long. One humid July evening, after a backyard barbecue where the air smelled of charcoal and chlorine, it shifted. Everyone was buzzed on cheap beer, Dad grilling stories from his mechanic days, Alina tipsy laughing about her latest closing. Riley and I ended up by the pool, feet dangling in the water, stars smudged overhead like forgotten fireflies. "Truth or dare?" she whispered, her breath warm on my neck. "Dare. Always dare with her. Kiss me. Just once. Like it's not weird." My pulse roared. This was the line, neon bright and screaming no. But her lips were soft, tasting like cherry lip gloss and summer sin, and for 10 electric seconds the world narrowed to her. When we broke apart, gasping, she grinned that devilish grin. See? Not so bad, big bro. The word bro twisted like a knife, but the trust? It deepened. We swore it was a one-off, a glitch in the system, but glitches have a way of multiplying. Little did I know, that kiss was the hook in my gut, reeling me into a storm I couldn't outrun. And the real catch? It was just the bait. Ever had a secret so hot it burns through your veins? One confession at midnight, and suddenly family feels like a four-letter word. August hit like a fever dream, sticky nights where the AC wheezed like it was on its last breath, and sleep was a joke. I'd lie awake replaying that poolside kiss on loop, the way Riley's tongue had teased mine, bold and unapologetic. She acted normal by day, teasing Dad about his bad jokes, helping Alina with grocery runs, flashing me innocent smiles over breakfast cereal. But at night, the house transformed into her playground. It started with texts, innocent at first. Can't sleep, you up? Sent at 1 a.m., her avatar a selfie with bedhead and a pout. I'd reply, thumbs flying, keeping it light. Yeah, what's the crisis? Then, bored. Come to my room? Just talk. My room was across the hall, a paper-thin wall away. I resisted twice, 3 times, staring at the ceiling fan's lazy spin. But the 4th night, curiosity or stupidity won. I slipped out in boxers and a tee, the floorboards creaking like warnings. Her door was ajar, a sliver of moonlight slicing the room. Riley was propped on pillows, sheets pooled at her waist, wearing nothing but an oversized band tee that rode up her thighs. "Took you long enough," she murmured, patting the bed. No hello, no pretense, just that look. Hungry, inviting. We talked for hours, or tried to, about everything and nothing. Her dreams of ditching Ohio for LA, acting gigs and beach bonfires. My fears of being stuck, wrenching cars like Dad forever. Her hand found mine in the dark, fingers interlacing like puzzle pieces. "You're not stuck, Alex. You're you." Her voice dropped, husky, "And you're the only one who gets me." The air thickened, charged like pre-thunder. I should have left when her thumb traced circles on my palm, but trust made me bold. "That kiss," I whispered, "it wasn't nothing." She shifted closer, her scent, vanilla and mischief, wrapping around me. Good, because I've been thinking about it too, a lot. Her free hand cupped my jaw, pulling me in. This kiss wasn't tentative, it was war. Teeth nipping, bodies pressing, her legs hooking around my waist as I tumbled onto her. We didn't go all the way that night. Boundaries, blurry as they were, held, but hands wandered, breaths mingled, and by dawn we were spent, tangled and whispering promises. "This is ours," she said, tracing my chest. "No one else's." I trusted her. God, did I trust her. Mornings after, we'd exchange loaded glances over coffee, her foot nudging mine under the table, a secret Morse code. It became our ritual, stolen nights, fevered touches, confessions that peeled us bare. She told me about her first heartbreak, a high school quarterback who ghosted her after prom. I spilled about Mom leaving when I was 10, the hole that never filled. Trust wove us tighter than blood ever could. Weekends, we'd sneak off to the old quarry, skinny dipping in the cool water, her laughter echoing off rocks as she'd surface, water sluicing down her skin. "Catch me if you can," she'd taunt, and I'd chase, pulling her close mid-lake, our bodies buoyant and reckless. But cracks showed. Alina noticed her glow, teased about a mystery guy. Riley played it coy, but her eyes would flick to me, a spark of panic. Dad? Oblivious, buried in football highlights. I pushed doubts down. This was us against the world. Until one crisp September evening, post-family game night, when my phone buzzed with a text from my best friend, Jake. "Dude, Riley's fire. Hooked up last weekend. Don't hate." The room spun. Jake? The guy I'd known since kindergarten, who crashed our barbecues and owed me for covering his ass on that DUI, hooked up? My thumbs trembled as I typed back, WTF, man, details. His reply, a winking emoji, and epic. She's wild. Your sis is next level. Betrayal? Nah, this was a gut punch from hell. I confronted Riley that night, storming her room, door slamming like thunder. Jake? Jake? Her face drained of color, eyes wide. Alex, it's not... But I was gone, trust shattering like glass under my boot. Or so I thought, because as I stormed out, slamming the front door, I didn't see her tears, didn't hear the sob that said this was bigger than a fling, and the real hook, the lie that would drag us all under. Picture the ultimate gut-wrencher. You burst into the room of your life only to find your world in pieces, sheets twisted, moans echoing, but is what you see the truth or the deadliest illusion? October wrapped Ohio in a chill that seeped into bones, mirroring the ice in my veins. That text from Jake festered like an open wound. I ghosted Riley for days. No texts, no glances, just cold shoulders at breakfast where I'd shovel eggs and bolt. She tried. Notes slipped under my door. We need to talk. Sad eyes across the dinner table. But trust? That bitch was dead, buried under a landslide of how could you? Jake, oblivious meathead, kept blowing up my phone. Bro, she's DTF anytime. Jealous? I wanted to deck him, but rage needs fuel, so I played dumb. Nah, man, spill. He did, in graphic detail over beers at O'Malley's, the dive bar where neon buzzed like bad decisions. Man, your stepsis is a freak. Last weekend, after you dipped early from the party, pulled me into the bathroom, hands everywhere, rode me like a pro. His laugh grated, beer foam on his lip. I nodded, stomach churning, visions flashing, Riley's nails on his back, her moans for him. By week's end, I was a powder keg. Dad and Elena jetted off for a realtor conference in Cleveland. Be good, kids, leaving the house echoing and empty. Perfect storm. Riley cornered me in the kitchen that Friday, fresh from a shower, towel, turban, and robe slipping off one shoulder. Alex, please, it was nothing, a mistake. Her voice cracked, eyes pleading. Jake's a dick. I was drunk, mad at you for ignoring me. I laughed, bitter. Drunk? Mad? That's your excuse for fucking my best friend? She flinched, robe gaping just enough to tease the curve of her breast. Focus, idiot. You trusted me, I snarled, or was that part of the game too? She stepped closer, hand on my chest. It is you, Alex, always has been. Jake was revenge for that girl you flirted with at the lake party. What girl? But her lips brushed mine, soft apology, and for a heartbeat, I wavered. Trust flickered, dim but alive. We fought, words flying like shrapnel. She cried, real, ugly sobs, swearing it was over, begging for another chance. I stormed out, tires screeching to Jake's place for a bro night that was really recon. Beers flowed, weed smoke curled, and Jake, sloshed, spilled more. She's got issues, man. Talked about you the whole time. Creepy hot, but weird. My radar pinged, but booze dulled it. By 1 a.m., I was crashing on his couch, the betrayal a dull ache. Until 2:47 a.m., a noise, a thud, then a giggle, from upstairs, Jake's room. Heart slamming, I crept up the stairs, shadows twisting like accusations. The door was cracked, golden light spilling, and there, oh God, Riley, in his bed, straddling him, hips grinding slow, her head thrown back in that ecstasy arch I knew too well. Jake's hands on her waist, guiding, grunting low. Fuck Riley, harder. Her moan, my moan, our sound, sliced me open. I froze, world tilting, betrayal 2.0, nuclear. No dramatic burst-in. I backed away, silent as death, slipping out into the night. Rain pelted my skin as I drove home, knuckles white on the wheel. How? Why? Texts from her earlier. Where are you? Miss you. Lies. All lies. Back home, I paced the dark living room, mind a tornado. Trust? Obliterated. But fury birthed clarity, or so I thought. I grabbed my phone, dialing her, straight to voicemail. Good. Let her squirm. Dawn broke gray, and when she stumbled in at 6 a.m., hair mussed, lipstick smudged, I was waiting. Caught you, I said, voice steel. Her eyes widened, then narrowed. What? The bed, Jake's, last night. Her laugh was hollow, shattering. You think, Alex, I was at Sarah's all night. Check my location. She shoved her phone at me, time-stamped at her bestie's apartment 50 miles away. Proof. Ironclad. The hook twisted deeper. I'd been played. Not by her, by them. Jake's texts, the details, fabricated? Why? As Riley's face crumpled, whispering, "You don't trust me anymore," the real storm brewed. Someone wanted us broken, and the bedroom door I'd cracked, it hid horrors we barely glimpsed. Trust, once broken, is a beast unleashed, but what if the monster wearing your best friend's face has been hunting you all along? One leaked photo, one vengeful plot, and the game's afoot. November's frost bit hard, mirroring the chill between me and Riley. That morning after the catch, we dissected it like surgeons on a corpse. Her alibi held, calls, texts to Sarah, even a blurry selfie time-stamped at a diner run. Jake? Radio silence from him, which screamed guilt louder than any confession. He's jealous, Riley said over lukewarm coffee, her knee bumping mine under the table, tentative olive branch. Of us. Always has been. Remember sophomore year when he punched that guy for looking at me? Flashes. Jake, protective shadow at parties, always just a friend. But now? Twisted. I scrolled his socials. Nothing incriminating, just gym selfies and beer pong vids. Yet the seed planted. Betrayal's echo. We rebuilt slow. Trust a fragile scaffold. Stolen kisses in the laundry room, her body molding to mine against the dryer's hum. I choose you, she'd breathe, hands fisting my shirt. Nights blurred into passion, full surrender now, her on top, riding waves we chased together, moans muffled in pillows. It was fire, redemption in every thrust, every gasp of her name. But Jake lurked. A week later, my phone lit up with an anonymous snap, a photo of Riley and me mid-kiss by the quarry, time-stamped from August. Slutty stepsis strikes again. Watch your back. Attached, Jake's handle. Rage boiled. I confronted him at the gym, weights clanging like war drums. The pick, asshole, the lies. He smirked, sweat slicked, dropping a dumbbell with a thud. Truth hurts, bro. She's poison. Always was. The fight erupted, fists flying, knuckles splitting on jawbone. Security hauled us apart, blood on the mats. She's mine, I growled as they dragged me out. His laugh followed. Not for long. Back home, Riley patched me up, ice on my eye, her touch gentle. Ended. Him. Us or nothing. Trust solidified in her tears, our lovemaking that night fierce, reclaiming. Dad and Elena returned, oblivious to the war zone. Family dinner was minefield. Jake dropped by uninvited, Elena gushing over his charm, Riley's foot on mine, anchor. But under the table, his eyes bored into us, promising hell. That night, another leak. Video clip, grainy but damning. Us in her room, shadows moving. Sent to Dad's email. Anonymous, but Jake's fingerprint all over. The hook yanked. Elena's scream shattered the morning calm. Michael, what is this? Dad's face ashen, phone in hand. Confrontation in the living room. Accusations flying. Riley sobbing denials. Me shielding her. It's fake, deep fake bullshit. But doubt crept. Elena's eyes cold. Out. Both of you. This family's done. Evicted. Just like that. We crashed at a motel off I-71, neon buzzing outside our window. Riley curled into me, whispering, "We'll fight. Together." Trust? Our only weapon. But as I held her, phone vibrating with Jake's text, "Told you she'd burn you," I wondered, was he solo? Or was there a puppet master? The answer lurked closer than blood.
The ultimate twist. The enemy isn't who you think. One diary page, one whispered name from the grave. And trust? It's the lie we've all been living. December dusted Ohio in snow, but our motel room was a sauna of desperation and desire. Days blurred, job hunts by day, me slinging burgers at a drive-thru, her waitressing at a diner. Nights a frenzy of skin and solace. Riley became my universe, her laugh thawing the cold, her body a map I memorized in the dark. "We're unbreakable," she'd say, tracing tattoos on my chest we'd ink together someday. Trust rebuilt, brick by fevered brick. But Jake's shadow lengthened. More leaks to Elena's colleagues, Dad's boss, whispers of incest scandal poisoning wells. We lawyered up cheap, tracing IPs to his laptop. Confrontation 2. I cornered him at O'Malley's, Riley at my side like a warrior queen. End it, or we press charges. His eyes darted. Fear? Guilt? Then that smirk. You think it's me? Cute. Ask your sister about Mom's diary. The bomb dropped casual as a coaster. Mom's diary? Mine, from before she bailed, locked in Dad's attic, untouched. But Riley? Her face paled, hand squeezing mine like a vice. We raced home, well, the house that wasn't anymore, Dad letting us in under truce, Elena upstairs fuming. Attic dust choked us as we rifled boxes. There, leather-bound, Mom's scrawl. Pages yellowed, but one entry gutted. Elena's girl isn't right. Caught her with my boy last summer visit. Little temptress. Mike blind, but I'll tell. Summer before the wedding, Riley, 17, visiting with Elena, me, oblivious teen. Flashes, her in my room helping unpack, hand lingering on my thigh. A kiss? Stolen, confused. Mom walked in? The diary spiraled. She's poison. Seduced Alex to get at me, at Mike. Jealous little snake. Jake knows, told him to watch her. Jake? Mom's confidant? She doted on him, summer barbecues. He knew? The leaks? Vengeance for Mom or for Riley spurning him years ago? We confronted him final time, the diary thrust like evidence. His facade cracked, tears, ugly. She ruined everything. Your mom saw her true colors. Riley's always been the user, hooked up with me to make you jealous, then gitched. For what? You? Riley's turn, voice steady, eyes steel. I was a kid, scared. Your mom twisted it, Jake. Hated Elena, hated the merge. Used you to spy. Proof tumbled. Mom's emails to Jake plotting to expose the family. The real villain? Dead, but echoes loud. Jake crumbled, confessing the deepfakes, the texts, all to honor Mom, break the toxic bond. Redemption? Messy. Dad read the diary, Elena too. Apologies flowed, tentative. Jake? Cut off, therapy mandated. Us? Trust Phoenix risen. New Year's Eve under motel fireworks, Riley on one knee, joke ring from a vending machine. Marry me? Screw the steps. Laughter, tears, yes. But the hook's final twist. As we drove west chasing LA dreams, a letter arrived. Mom's will, unsealed. Bequest to Riley, stay away from my son. The past clings, but we drive on. Trust, earned in fire, forged in forgiveness. And the bed, ours now, no intruders.